Hi, my name is Adam Johnson and I'm a BIM specialist at VA Plus. Today I'm going to show you some basic tools, workflows, and techniques to help you get started using Autodesk's Mobility Simulator. Autodesk Mobility Simulator is part of Autodesk's Infraworks and is included with the AEC package. Wanting to learn more about this powerful software that our company already has access to, I spent just under 2 weeks working with Mobility Simulator to learn how it works and to explore how it could be used to improve architects' workflows and help them better solve their clients' problems. After learning the basics of the software, I began to explore how Mobility Simulator could be used to evaluate back-to-school procedures and help improve students and students' families' safety as schools are beginning to reopen during the COVID-19 pandemic. To get started, we are going to launch Autodesk Infraworks to begin using Mobility Simulator. Open an Infraworks project. It can be any project. Once we are in Mobility Simulator, we will start a new file anyway. And once we are in the model, we need to draw a traffic study area. Go to the Analyze tab, click on the Transportation drop-down, and then Mobility Simulator. This will then prompt you to draw a traffic study area by defining the corners of a polygon. Once you've drawn your shape, hit Enter, and then right-click within the area and select Mobility Simulator. This will launch the mobility simulation software. Please note that you will need to have a Java runtime environment or a JRE installed on your machine in order for this program to function. Once the software is open, go to File, New, and select Cancel when the wizard opens. This is our interface for Mobility Simulator. You can orbit with the left mouse button, pan with the right, and zoom in and out using the scroll wheel. Before we do any modeling, we need to make sure that we are in orthographic mode by hitting the O key. We also need to turn on some layers so that we see everything we need to as we are modeling. In the Layers tab, ensure that Walk Center Lines, Walk Connections, Handle End, and Handle Other are highlighted. Finally, select the top of the view cube to orient to a planned view. Now that our interface is set up, we are going to create a simple simulation in which we have pedestrians walking from an origin to a destination. Zoom in until the cursor length is about 50 feet. Right-click, click Walkway, and select New Walkway at Cursor. A window will open where you can input the length, width, as well as the name of your walkway. You will notice that the default length is set to the length of the cursor. We will make our walkway 6 feet wide and select OK. I'm going to add another leg to the walkway at an angle. If you deselect the walkway, you can rotate the view using the right mouse button. Then we will position the cursor just above our existing walkway and create a new walkway at the cursor again. Our simulation will need at least 2 walkways to function correctly. Another way to achieve this is by selecting your walkway with the middle mouse button, right-clicking, clicking Walkway, and selecting Bisect. This will divide your walkway up into 2 pieces connected by a walkway connection. Next, we are going to select the endpoints of our walkway, right-click, Walkways, New Connection to join them together. Next, we need to add areas. These are where people will originate from, as well as where they will travel to. To place an area, pan your model until the cursor is just above a walkway endpoint. Right-click, New Area at Cursor. It is critical that your area is connected to the walkway. You know they are connected if the walkway highlights when the area is selected. Also, if you select the walkway, it will indicate which area it is a part of. Do the same to place an area at the other end of your walkway. Save your model after creating your areas. This will force the program to correctly recognize the areas. With our network in place, we are going to move on to setting up the parameters and the demands for our simulation. First, we are going to set up the term for our simulation. Go to Parameters, Terms, and this will open up the simulation term window. Currently, this is set to run from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Let us adjust this time to be from 8 to 8:30. Now we are going to add some person types. Go to Parameters, Person Types. Click on the plus button to add a person type. Then we can adjust their name, the color of their avatar, and some additional parameters. In the other tabs of this window, we can adjust other aspects of the person type, including their speed and other physical attributes. We can also create groupings of person types as well. Let us create another person type with a different color. Now say there are 80% of the first person type and 20% of the second. To show this in our simulation, go to Demand, Demand Divisions, and then input the percentages for Division 1. This means that demand created from Division 1 will include the input ratio of person types. Now that our parameters are set up, we are going to set up our demand. This is what will inform the simulation how many people are moving between the origins and destinations. Go to Demand and then Demands. This will open the demand editor. Click on the green plus button to add a new demand matrix. Ensure that Division 1 is selected and hit OK. This creates a matrix with all of our areas represented at each axis, one being origins, the other destinations. When you click on a box in the matrix, an arrow will appear in your model which shows the origins and destination as well as the direction of the trip you have selected. Let us add 200 people moving from one area to the next. Now that our demand is set up and trips have been generated, we are ready to begin the simulation. In the Simulation tab at the right of your screen, click on the green plus icon. This will create a new simulation with our current parameters and demands active. With the new simulation selected, click on the light bulb icon. This will make this the active simulation. Click on the play button to begin the simulation. You will now see your agents begin to complete their trips. Mobility simulation has many additional features that will allow you to simulate multimodal transit, pedestrian crossings, parking times, elevators, and much more complex networks to simulate real-world problems. Hopefully, this demonstration has provided a footing for you to get started using Mobility Simulator and help bring the power of this AEC included tool to your clients.